Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
We're off, baby.
We're zooming.
We're zooming.
But like in one of those fucking Fisher-Price cars where your feet have to be out and like a dragon.
Yes,
just a fucking
that's how
Flintstones
we roll.
Clown car.
Yes. Welcome to the Flintstones Clown Car of podcasts into the twilight.
Similar to Uber and Lyft, Flintstone Clown cars are also being upcharged right now.
Right.
Supply chains, man. You know?
Yeah, that's why we gotta unionize the clown cars. Folks?
Let's do it.
Hear me out.
I need another project in my life,
right.
so honestly.
I will take this on. We're gonna fight Uber with unionized clown cars. Get ready.
Did you ever have one of those fucking Fisher-Price cars where you pedal with your feet?
Oh, yeah. What a moment.
I feel like I had no skin on my feet as a kid because of those. I never wore shoes.
Yeah. Just love the outside.
I didn't, is the problem. I loved to zoom.
Yeah, it's true. You historically have loved wheels.
I do love wheels. I love going fast.
Yeah.
Fast cars is my life.
Absolutely.
You know?
You did write Tracy Chapman's Fast Car.
I did. I do have a songwriting credit. I was 3 years old.
Yes.
Anyways, welcome to Fast Cars. This is Into the Twilight.
Hey.
I'm Car.
I'm fast. Okay, great. I am Sonic the Hedgehog.
That honestly makes so much sense. The honest truth, though, is that I 100% believe that you are Sonic because my truth is that I am Crash Bandicoot.
This is true.
That makes a lot of sense for our personalities.
I think that really melds everything together. I'm like video game Sonic,
100%.
but still voiced by Ben Schwartz. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that honestly makes sense.
Yeah. Or on a very fruity day, Jim Carrey's version of Mr. Eggman.
Product placements included.
Yes, all of it.
All of it.
Sponsor me,
As
everyone.
you have seen here, we can absolutely be bought.
Yes.
So,
wink, wink.
hi, hello.
Hi. What a weird way to start this podcast. Hello.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But anyways, hello. Welcome to Into the Twilight.
Hey.
We usually make a point to not mention Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do we?
Well...
we signed an oath.
We did. You know, just because if you say it too many times, I have heard bad things happen.
Right. He will pop up in a mirror. It will be not good for any of us. So let's keep it to a minimum.
What I am genuinely afraid of is that he'll pop up, not in a mirror, but just like behind me, and he'll smack me and be like, you should have had a V8 or something.
Oh,
and
no.
Like, that's, and then he'll just like scamp away or something. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I have a little tiny baby happy thing. A little less chaotic.
Is it a real baby?
Yes, it's baby Annette.
Please don't bring a baby on this podcast.
No. I'm just happy about fall, man. Fall's here.
Man, same.
I'm excited. I am fully living my Sigourney Weaver on a pumpkin energy. Like, that is the energy. That's my best self. Sweaters, seasonal drinks, leaves changing, stomping on them if they're out and about.
Just fucking crushing them.
Just destroying those beautiful little leaves. I just love the spoopy season. I'm excited for it. I'm living. I'm just like in my own little CW show of my own making. My life is like a back to school CW show, and I'm just here with a funky little sweater and funky little pants and just living.
When you get to forget that it's the Midwest.
Right, yeah, just for a brief moment.
I have a really important question for you.
Please.
What's your favorite seasonal drink?
Ooh, that is a very good question. I do love a pumpkin drink, absolutely.
Just stick a straw in a pumpkin and you're good
Just
to go.
just you fully chug the guts of a pumpkin. That is my ideal. Or like something more nutty, like a hazelnut situation.
Whoa.
Ooh, speaking of seasonal drinks, though, I do love just an apple cider. That is a classic go-to.
Same.
Hot, especially, but also cold. I will just drink that shit out of the jug if it's cold.
100%.
Or a mulled wine. I love many fall drinks, actually, is what I'm learning. I love a mulled wine. I love a apple cider. I love a nut situation.
You are a nut.
I know. I know this. I don't need to.
I have an
remind
important
it.
request for anyone who listens to this that has any moderate ability for drawing. Can you draw Cody as like a hazelnut for me,
no.
please? Just for science.
Just me sitting on a thing of Nutella, like, as a nut. Little legs
Just
popping
as a
out.
nut. Mainly because I was recently updating all of my contacts in my phone, and I realized that a lot of them I didn't have photos for, which was fine. But I realized that I've had the same photo for you in my phone for a really long time.
Yeah.
And it's this old-ass meme of a candle that I don't know where it's from.
Oh,
So,
love that.
so if someone could just draw Cody as a hazelnut for me, that would be a fantastic gift. Please and thank you.
Yeah, and don't draw anything for Alex. I'm never going to change your contact photo. It's always going to be MySpace Tom. Don't you ever fucking think you can change that.
That is my truth. That's who I am.
That's you. That's how I see you. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, man. I'm doing okay. I'm loving fall. I love that I can put my AC away.
Yeah.
I love that it's a little bit crisp. It's a little bit chilly.
Yes.
I did, however, today was the first day, I feel like, where it has been dark as fuck all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like no sign of light. It's been the same level of dark since I woke up this morning, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. I've lived in the same region for almost 28 years, and I forget this every single time, that like I rely a lot on natural light, and when that goes away I forget how to operate for like 6 months. So my happy lamp is back out.
Hell yeah. Right.
Chaboy needs vitamin D really bad. But my happy thing for this week is unfortunately something that came out of the Tonys.
Oh. Theater's back, baby.
Theater's, fuck you. The Tonys, as usual, is a shit show.
Yeah.
It's primarily been a shit show for a while now. But theater's back now, so they are not shutting up about it. But my happy thing is not from the awards itself so much as one of the loves of my life, Bernadette Peters, showed up to the Tony Awards specifically wearing the titular Bob Mackie dress that she wore in the 80s. And I about passed out.
Yeah, that is iconic behavior.
Bernadette Peters is 73, almost 74 years old.
Yeah.
This woman is a god amongst gods.
Yes.
And the power that it takes to be like, yeah, I fucking rocked this black tulle dress that just absolutely shows off my cleavage in the 80s. And yes, I absolutely am going to wear it again.
Of course. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, it absolutely isn't broke. She looks stunning as usual, and just seeing them side by side, I was like, man, this woman does not age. Like,
yeah.
And she has, absolutely, but she has just aged with grace, and I love her so much. Bernadette Peters has been in so many different things, but I would imagine, like most people my age, the thing that I remember her the most from was, of course, the best, Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella.
Ooh, crucial.
And again, she's been in everything.
Right. But that was a cultural reset.
Like, the best, for the only Cinderella that's made me enjoy Cinderella.
Yeah, that's the only Cinderella I recognize.
Same. And so seeing that, I was just like, God damn, like, I fucking love Bernadette Peters. I love her so much. So thank you, Bernadette, for existing. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Love her.
We love to see it.
Yeah, we have a very slow news week.
Womp womp.
As we just wait day by day for Spencer to come out. But we do have a little bit of trailer news to talk about. In just a couple weeks' time now, we have a little bit of TV coming out. Specifically, the season 3 of You that is coming out. If I remember correctly, the last time that we talked about this was when we saw the teaser.
Yeah, that cursed cake.
Yeah, that creepy-ass cake.
Yeah.
That came out. And it didn't really tell us much on there. Other than we were like, where is love? Why is
what's
Joe
going on?
Touching this cake?
Get your gross paws out of this
Yeah,
cake.
Please stop touching this, actually.
Yeah.
This trailer does far more explaining what is going on this season. I won't spend too much time on this because I know folks are like, stop talking about You. But I will say that the television show seems to be diverting just a little bit from what Caroline seems to be doing with the 3rd book.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a baby.
We got a baby boy.
There's a baby. There's a little bit of love being very possessive and territorial.
Yeah.
There's a new woman. There's also couples counseling,
So we'll see how that fucking goes.
Yeah.
I also appreciate, too, that, like... Or I don't appreciate, but I think it's funny that, like, they always locate Joe to a place where he's going to hate everyone. And not that he won't hate everyone everywhere he is, but, like, New York, he had problems with people because they're like, we got all the hippies and the yuppies and all the people, like, the hipsters and all those things that are, like... not his vibe, right? And he goes to LA and he's like, oh, we got the influencers and the actors and whatever, and I hate them. And then now they're in this, like, you know, Northern California little enclave where he also gets to hate on people that are like, oh, we have the mommy bloggers. I know this guy is always going to hate everyone he's surrounded with, but the fact that they just commit to him being in, like, the worst places with people that he definitely would not vibe with is so, I appreciate it so much.
I feel like the writers are like, how much can we make Joe Goldberg suffer?
Yes!
And I love that they commit to it, honestly.
Love the bit. Absolutely love to see it.
100%. I don't know if it is of interest for folks, for us to talk about it on the show here. But I am at least interested to watch it. I will probably watch it on my own.
Yeah, and if we don't do it on the feed, we can do a Patreon episode of the whole
we can
season,
do a bonus on it. Mainly because I feel obligated to watch anything that my short king.
We gotta see him thrive, and then not thrive, probably.
Absolutely. Especially because the fact that I think there was an interview that he did recently where he was like, yeah, he does some shitty stuff this time. And I was like, sir, what are you talking about?
This
all
time?
All he's been doing is shit. So,
love to see it. All right.
So, all right, sure. Could you tell us a little bit about what Jamie Dornan's got going on?
Ooh, in a shocking turn of events, we have Jamie Dornan news. He is here, and he's in a new movie that's been getting a lot of buzz lately.
And it's not Old Mountain Time.
It is not Old Mountain Time. So quickly as I've learned what that movie was, I had forgotten it. But we have a new movie called Belfast. And the critics at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. TIFF are buzzing for it. It won the People's Choice Award there.
Sorry, are they even allowed to use that?
Right, they get sued. Like, excuse me. Yeah, but it's like a all black and white movie, and people are saying it has Oscar buzz.
Oh, shit! Do we need to cover the Oscars?
I know. I think we might be fully stacked this Oscar season with all of our faves. Yeah, but apparently it's a semi-autobiographical film from the filmmaker, and most importantly, lets him be Irish, which
thank God.
I love it. I love that. It also has Judi Dench in it. Our favorite cat. Our favorite Jellicle cat.
Stop.
Dame Judi Dench.
Did they need to edit anything out of her this time?
Oh, God.
Is there a second cut?
Does she have a secret butthole in this or a ring? I need to know.
God, I can't wait until it's safe enough to, like, be around people so I can finally have people in my home again and watch cats.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Truly a transcendent experience.
Honest to God. I still am interested in having us watch and cover Barb and Star.
Oh, yes.
Because he does such a good job in that movie. And so if that is something that folks want us to cover for a bonus bonus, please let us know.
Hell yeah.
Good on Jamie Dornan for finally getting a project where, one, he gets to be himself, but also it seems good for him.
And, like, taken seriously, which is nice.
Yeah. Very similarly to, like, Janelle Monáe's agent, he seems to get fucked over with projects a lot.
Yeah, totally. Which is such a shame, because he can do some shit.
He can. And it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have a backstory, specifically a Twilight backstory.
Ooh.
Here. This is from Jay.
Hell yeah.
And she writes, "Hi, friends. It's been 5 years. It's time to share my Twilight backstory. So it's 2006, and I am 11, going on 12. Oh, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in. My best friend's older sister, who always knew about everything before it was cool, lets my friend and I read her copy of Twilight. Having spent the previous year or so talking to my crushes on AIM,
oh, hell yeah.
and wishing for, oh God, I'm Jay, you are living my life, and wishing for more romantic encounters than the usual, what's up? NM, you? I quickly fell in love with Edward. I remember Googling, quote, Twilight movie cast list to see if there was any talk at all about a potential film adaptation and getting no results. It's August 2007. I'm about to start 8th grade. I have read Twilight and New Moon. My best friend invites me to go to Barnes & Noble with her and her mom for the midnight premiere of the book Eclipse. Adults are dressed as vampires with black coats. There's a sort of face painting station set up, but instead of getting a butterfly painted on your face, you can get a vampire bite painted on your neck.
Stop.
Oh my God. We get our copies of the book, and I finished mine in 2 days. It's 2008. Still in 8th grade. Jay, I think we're the same age. Still in 8th grade, my friends and I tell our English teacher all about Twilight and how it's the best book series ever. She reads all 3 books quickly, and one day she tells us that she's now writing her own vampire novel. Holy shit. Okay. My present-day boyfriend was in her class the year after I was, and apparently she read her completed novel aloud to his class.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. The movies all come out while I'm in high school. I see them all, and I always stop whatever I'm doing to sit down and watch them when they're on TV. By college, my love for the series fizzles out. I graduate in 2016. I begin grad school, and a cute little podcast called Into the Twilight accompanies me on my 40-minute commute to the university each day. I download the audiobooks to follow along. I'm in love all over again. Not with any of the characters, because now I can see they're problematic as fuck, but with the memories of being young and unabashedly captivated by something that brought me so much joy. Cue to 2021. I'm 27, working as a librarian at a university.
Fuck yeah.
You two start reading Vampire Academy, a book series I somehow missed years ago. I decided to read along with you 2 chapters per week, but then something happened. I started reading book 1 at the end of July, and right now, on September 23rd, I'm about to finish book 5. Whoa.
Holy shit.
I cannot put these books down. I'm excited to hear you discuss everything because, oh my God, does it get intense. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's already intense. What do you mean? I feel like this has rekindled my love for reading.
Hell yeah.
I now have the Kindle app on my phone, and I read instead of mindlessly scrolling through Twitter and Instagram.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you, Jay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for bringing reading back into this librarian's life. Get bit and fuck my Newton.
Fuck yeah.
Jay.
Oh my gosh.
Jay.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Jay, first of all.
Thank you, Jay.
I do love how we are single-handedly ending doom scrolling. One Kindle app download at a time.
Literally. That's very sweet. Also, I feel like you did just kind of breeze over the fact that your English teacher and your boyfriend's English teacher wrote a vampire novel and then read it aloud.
Yeah, sorry, could we get that link? Like, what?
Yeah. Can we get just a little bit more information about that? Because
thank you. So inspired by the works of Stephenie Meyer. Went out to write their own vampire fiction. I love that.
That I need so much more information about what that is. So please and thank you.
Thank you.
But also that was one of the sweetest emails we've ever received.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Jay.
You almost made me cry on air, so absolutely fuck you.
I can feel the tears welling up. I feel them. I feel them.
You can't just say stuff like that during a Cancer moon.
We are vulnerable.
Fuck that. And also, like, it gets intense. Hello? Like, what do you mean?
Listen, we got 6 books of this, baby. She's gonna get wild. Wet and wild.
Anyways. Wet and Wild, sponsored by. Hi. Have you ever had $5 and needed to buy a whole face of makeup?
We just do a full ad read for Wet and Wild. Unprompted.
Listen,
Hey.
You know what?
If you're listening.
If you're listening. Anyways, so the last time that we talked about this apparently not intense book...
Yeah.
Ferrero Rocher decided that what we really needed near the end of this text was Rose finally losing her chill.
Yeah.
At a party where there was a disco ball.
Yes. Ugh, sigh.
And finally just clocking Mia in front of everyone.
Thank God.
And then, Lissa kind of, like, got snatched.
Yeah.
But not, like, not in, like, the RuPaul way, but in the, like...
Like the Liam Neeson Taken way.
Like the Liam Neeson way. Yeah, like the, whoop, you have 24 hours or she's dead way.
Yeah.
And then also decided that what we really needed was to see Rose use or get used by a seduction spell, question mark. And that we really wanted a minor, go to second base, go to have sexual relations.
Yeah.
with her
mentor.
With her mentor.
Yeah.
And so that's where we have left off.
Yeah.
Hello?
Where
are we starting now?
Well, we start with a little bow chicka bow wow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We're getting a little frisky right from the jump here.
Naked is in all caps. So
she's like, I've never been completely naked around a guy before. So clearly Rose is very excited.
You know.
Is very horny. And is feeling all these emotions bubble up, being like, wow, after all this time I've been pining and yearning and having sexy little training montages with this man, we're gonna do it. And Dimitri is feeding into that by saying her name in Russian, which is, I guess, his way of doing dirty talk. You know what? I get it.
Go off.
Do your thing. Sir. But then things get a little interesting. First of all, we see that he has his tattoos on his neck, and it signals that he's killed 6 Strigoi, and she's like, wow, that's so hot. And he's gonna be like, that's gonna be like you one day, babe. Like, you know, that kind of vibe. And they have a whole little conversation about, like, ethics and murder and killing, whatever. But more importantly...
While they're naked. She's naked. I think he has
pajama pants on. For the record, the pajama pants stay on during conversations about killing.
The pajama pants stay on.
But things kind of go to a halt when he takes off the sexy necklace that she's wearing. And something happened. Yeah, I wonder how I got in this situation. What's going on? Somehow, you know, Rose is coming into a new sense of consciousness now, and it's like, whoa, hold on, what is happening? What's going on? I'm feeling very strange. Because she had this, like, voice in her head being like, yes, stay here, you want to be here, this is so hot, stay here, in her own brain, being like, yes, be entertained for a couple hours, don't worry about it, we're good.
Don't worry about Lissa, I mean... Just stay here. And
then she finally realized, like, oh, hey, I think I was under some sort of spell because Lissa, I think, is in danger. My signs are going off. My sirens are out. something's going on.
It also seems like it took everything in Dimitri to, like, throw this out of the window.
Yeah, because he's, like, compelled by it, too, right? Because there's something in it that, like, has some sort of spell on you, right? Like, some sort of horny, lucid spell, right? And even him holding on to it, like, he feels it in his brain, too. Outside of being regular horny for Rose. But, like, has to, like, chuck it out, and it takes, like, a huge bit of strength, and they're like, what the fuck was that? What did fucking Prince Victor give you?
It doesn't seem like it was, like, activated, you know? Like, it was on her. It's been on her for, like, over 24 hours or something. But it doesn't seem like it was truly, like, activated.
At its full potential,
maybe like an hour, maybe like 45 minutes
right, because it was like
ago
compelling her to go and meet him, right? And that's where it all kind of started, in that like little seed in her brain. So it gets chucked out, and she's like, oh shit, something happened to Liz, so we gotta fucking figure this out. But
it's no good.
It's no good, but they are quick to respond to it. They're like, all right, we got bamboozled a little bit, got a little carried away, let's go save Lissa.
And while she's, like, explaining all of this, Dimitri, because he was in pajama pants and he's now in his room, is able to put on, like, clothes.
Yes.
It is important to remember, because I forgot about this. Rose came in from their, like, formal.
Right, so she's in, like, a dress.
The black dress that could start religions.
Right.
So he essentially gives her a sweatshirt and is like, fuck, put this on. So she is wearing a Dimitri-sized sweatshirt over this dress, and theoretically also her heels, unless she's, like, switched into Vans, which would be cool.
Right, that'd be a girl boss move, absolutely.
As we are describing the rest of these, please know what she is wearing, because, like, I don't know that it will necessarily impact us these chapters, but it most def will impact us next week, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So both of them are, like, running, trying to rally other people, but nobody's believing them. Just, like, running, and, like, Christian pops up and is like, all right, let's, we know that she's not here. Let's figure it out. I got 2 guardians with me. Let's fucking make some moves. And immediately Dimitri, or Christian, is like, oh, how many, like, Strigoi were there? And Rose's like, no, they're not Strigoi, they're guardians. There's, like, something weird going on here, and I don't know what it is, but we have to, she's clearly in trouble, you know? They're not from the school, but there's something else going on here. That she was taken, and they accosted her, and all that stuff. And it's bad, and we gotta fucking go.
This part made me so mad, because I understand wanting to confirm, but it frustrated me that, like, at this point, when there is no time to waste, the doctor, the guardians that are there, and Kurova are like, you have to be wrong.
Right, like, you saw it wrong in the vision. Like, you clearly misread something or saw something that wasn't true. And it's like, no, she is, like, very, like, high value person here, not just because she's my friend, but because of all these other implications. We've gotta go. Like, what can I say to make us fucking get a move on?
They weren't Strigoi, they were guardians. The call came from inside the house.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it finally took Christian saying it, of confirming what she said,
right,
for them to believe her. But it's like, dude, she's not lying.
Yeah, like, come on, we have to believe her.
Yeah, you don't have time to waste. And I think that, you know, thankfully Dimitri was there to also, like,
to vet everything, which is great. Yeah. So they're in a car, and Rose is literally just, like, giving directions from, like, doing a car chase, but, like, seeing in and being like, I can feel that they're here, and, like, we just gotta follow these, you know, turns and everything. We just gotta, like, be behind them and see what's up. And it's just, like, a very traumatic experience of, like, also being, like, GPS and also going through all this emotional turmoil and having not people believe her, and just being like, we gotta pedal to the metal, guys. Like, let's go.
Right. This part is rough too, because of the fact that, like, there's been, like, no sleep. It's like that Lady Gaga TikTok.
Yeah, like, another club. No
another
sleep.
club. Because there's there's just been so many different emotions. Like, this has all just been incredibly overstimulating. But the other part that Rose is mentioning here, too, is in between, like, being in Lissa's head is that she's also, like, trying to replay what she can remember from being in Dimitri's room, and is like, what happened? Like, Dimitri told everyone else that, like, there was a compulsion spell that was in that necklace. Like, one, was that true?
Right.
And because I've never heard that, so, like, what was that?
Right.
And also, you know, like, if that was true and what we were doing wasn't really of our control, like, does that mean something to him? And I think that that's a really natural thing for her to do, because, like, I think that both of us knew that from this chapter as well as last chapter of, like, this was not just, like, Rose being like, I'm bored, I'm horny.
No. This is a full, like, she was totally destabilized, you know? And that's a hard 100%. Thing to, like, try to focus on where to go and how to fix this and how to save Lissa, and also try to remember very fuzzy memories that weren't exactly, that she was not fully present for, you know? Like, that's a hard thing to do on all counts, and she's just, like, trying to do it all, and it's like, oh. And also give directions. It's like, God, can we just give her a break, please?
Yeah. She has no time. And I think that, unfortunately, a lot of what her role that she's training for is going to be not to this level, but will be very similar to this of, like, you are going to be asked to do a lot of different things and you don't have time to breathe. But I think that it's like, Rose is still in training. Like, and she is being asked to do things that are beyond her level at this point. And I think that that's...
She's still a student and still a kid.
She is.
Know? She's not a fully working guardian like Dimitri is, you know? She's still in the training process. And just having this real life situation that she's not fully prepared for is very daunting and traumatic.
It is. Especially when there's a part where, like, they are still driving. Dimitri is, like, going as fast as he possibly can.
Right.
And then Rose is, like, seeing Lissa's point of view. They finally get to this, like, cabin that they're supposed to be at. And Victor, of course, does his, like,
evil villain monologue.
Monologue. This part pissed me off a lot.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to be the, like, bad.
Yeah. In full villain mode right now, which sucks because he is literally a relative of Lissa, and that feels obviously offensive on multiple fronts, you know, and very personal fronts. And him being like, oh, you know, Rose is disposable. She made kind of a scene, but we're going to take care of her, whatever. The important thing is that we have you, because I need you to heal me. Bum, bum, bum.
He's so annoying, first of all.
Just, like, what a little prick.
Right.
I hate this man.
I hate this man.
Prince Victor.
There are a lot of tropes that Rochelle has used throughout this. This one very much frustrates me.
Yeah.
Because I think that it doesn't surprise me that this was ultimately where this was going.
Yeah.
What frustrates me is that it is Prince Victor. Specifically that Ferrero Rocher is using the trope of, like, a disabled villain here. And it's like, dude, I get it. I understand why you are doing this. And I understand your intention of, like, it's a family member. There's, like, this massive power struggle that you were talking about in this family. And in this world, which we haven't really explored yet.
Right.
And I think that there's something here as well that she gets into a little bit later about, like, of using someone's powers for another person, which I imagine, like, in this world has probably happened quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, come on. Like...
Right. Because it seems just, like, very, just heartbreaking. The fact that, like, obviously this gets more fleshed out in the next chapter, but, like, the fact that he is a family member and he has a disability and all those things, like, it feels like if he knew of these powers, and obviously he's been kind of, like, looking at the signs or whatever for a long time, that feels like something that would maybe a tense family conversation, but a family conversation. But the fact that it was like, oh, he's evil And he's doing this for his own, like, self, right? And is fully on those sort of instincts and stuff, and not caring about anything else and any ramifications of anyone else involved. Is just, like, feels cheap and feels like just, like, classic, like disabled, quoted, like, a coded, like, villain kind of thing, where it's just like, yes, I have to do this because this is my peak power, and this is how I'm the best, and this is what I deserve to be, and all those, like, guilty, like, tropes of stuff. It just feels like, this feel like could have been, like, a family therapy situation. I feel like didn't have to use this, you didn't have to go full evil to get somewhere around this ballpark, you know what I mean? And the fact that it's using that, and just, like, using Lissa and, like, manipulating people based on that feels just, like, shitty.
Yes, I agree. I think that it's mentioned on that last page of 21 and then at the start of 22 as well of like Natalie's role in this, which doesn't surprise me.
Still hurts though. Still hurts.
It still hurts because she's been like, and I think that makes sense about how I just assumed that the way that she was acting throughout all of this is because she's weird.
Yeah, right.
And because she's left out all the time, and I think it makes sense now that she was, like, trying to get info.
Right.
But, like, who else would have had access to, like, putting dead things in
their dorm?
Liz's
yeah.
bag? But it's just like, dude.
Yeah.
One of our patrons, Ashley, is listening to the audiobook of this, which I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
And Ashley said, I'm listening to the audiobook, and the way that the voice actor does Lissa's voice makes her sound like a little girl.
Oh, no.
and Ashley said it's weird and I don't like it, which I think goes back to one of the things we had mentioned earlier on in this book as well, of the way that in some of these moments, Lissa doesn't put doesn't put the pieces together.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't tell, because Rochelle doesn't explain it, if that is because the way that her powers, like, her powers are, like, taking so much out of her that she doesn't have the energy to, like,
critically think. Yeah.
Yeah, to think critically. Or if it's just Rochelle didn't think things through.
Yeah, because, like, she's a very interesting character in the fact that she is both the role of, like, a mother in a lot of instances, obviously from healing, but also, like, in that sort of relationship with Rose of being the more careful one and being, like, the one that's always, like, in, like, on her corner and other people's corner and wanting to, like, help people, right? But also is constantly infantilized in her portrayal of her mind, and how Rose always has to tell her things that are going on and, like, all those things. Like, I don't know if it is, like, the power thing and she just truly, like, emotionally and mentally burned out and, like, doesn't actually think about things in that way, but it just feels weird to have those two, like, very opposing sides being in the same person, and also just being like, I feel like there's some sort of thing here where, like, she is constantly aware of things and, like, aware of the people around her, but, like, is not aware to see her own stuff and the things that are going on really, you know, in a way that feels like a disservice to her.
It does, and especially if the voice actor is making her sound like a little child. Yeah. I think that does a major disservice to the fact that by this point in the text, she should almost sound, I don't know, she should, like, the way that Victor describes this, like, spirit power, she should sound, like, almost evil. Like, yeah, like the darkness is kind of, like, taking over her or something. Right. But the way that this is described of, like, the spirit power is wild. That it was not what I was expecting, I guess.
Yeah, because we realized that she does have a specialty. It's not an element like you have known the 4 elements that everyone is used to knowing going on to this process, but it's a old one of days of yore that people don't even talk about anymore because nobody really has it anymore. Or if they do, they think they're just loony and it's not, like, a real thing, or they just haven't specialized in something, right? Right. But it's the spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
I guess it's not. That's what Lissa had thought. Right. In, like, the old text, she thought it was just, like, referencing, like, God. Like, the Holy
like
Spirit,
a literal, like, reading of it in ways that, like, you would see in like a biblical text or something like that of like, oh yeah, spiritual, got it, like I understand. But like, no, it's a real power, it's a real healing power but also is like very dark and has a very, like, a lot of consequences and a lot of emotional outpouring of it.
Because I think it's, the way that he describes it is like, it's an element that comes from your soul, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like inside of you.
Yeah. Which is why it understandably makes sense that the more that she taps into and uses that, the quote, like, darker she would be, is because she's losing part of her soul.
Yeah, it's like a 1-to-1 situation. In a way that I don't think we've seen that in other, like, elemental, like, specialties that the other people have.
No.
Like, obviously there's, like, a cost to, like, using magic, I'm sure, of, like, an emotional cost or, like, a draining aspect to it. But, like, this is a literal, like, oh, you're giving someone else life or something of that nature. That takes something away from you. That sucks. That's rough.
And I think that that's something that we haven't necessarily learned enough yet, is like, there's obviously a benefit to using this, but we haven't learned how you, like, recover from using magic yet. And so the idea that, other than, I guess, like, time, like, you just stop for a while.
Take a little tolerance break, you know?
Right, you just, like, chill for a bit.
Yeah.
But Victor is like, no. Like, I'm going to give you everything that you need. You're just going to, like, chill here. I'm going to give you lots of entertainment.
We're going to have fun.
Like, Xbox.
Yeah. We can play Mario Kart. It's going to be so fun.
All the streaming services. I guess it's 2005. So I have Netflix by DVD.
Right. I have HBO on cable. I pay for it.
Right. But I do need you to heal me consistently until you go dark side. Cool?
Is that good? I think that's a cool trade. Good? I think that's fair. I think nobody's gonna not like this. I think we're great.
I have so many gushers. I think
I have snacks. You can make popcorn, you know.
Yeah.
Movie nights.
You can do whatever you want.
And then you'll just fully become a shell of yourself. Isn't that cool?
Right.
Until I
think it'll be fine.
Very strong and powerful and can take... Because that's also a thing too, right? Where he's like... He has this whole thing where he's like, you know, the Moroi and the Royals used to, like, fight with the Guardians, but now we're all scared, and we're all scared of the Strigoi. But if I am beefy and powerful as I was destined to be, we can take charge, and we can, like, not be scared little children anymore, and we can just fight back. And it's like, I feel like you're putting a lot of that on Lissa, and putting a lot of expectations of things, and, like, changing a whole new world order or whatever. Like, that's a lot to do, especially if that means you becoming just, like, a evil, dark person, you know?
Right.
For the good of the country, the good of the vampires, you know? The royals, you know?
Yeah.
Being strong.
The good of our people.
Yeah.
And so naturally when she's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do this. Like, sorry, bro. Like, I'm sorry that you have this chronic disease. That's awful.
Yeah.
Hate that for you. I'm not doing this. Please don't make me do this. And so he's like, okay. I assume this might happen. Lissa, this is Kenneth. Kenneth, Lissa, nice to meet you.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, what's up? What's good? Kenneth is just gonna hang out with you for a little bit. Yeah. He might take some of your... Okay, cool.
He does not have a towel of chloroform ready to go. He does not.
Right. And this part fucked me up because, like, it goes back into Lissa or it goes back into Rose, and Rose just starts screaming.
Yeah. Like, in the car.
And we unfortunately find out that Kenneth, never trust a Ken.
Never.
Is torturing Lissa with air. And you might be like, how?
Yeah.
He is pressing the air into her head. So it makes her feel like her skull's going to explode. So, not great. No. Don't love that. He's doing that until she gives in. And so naturally she does. Because that's how torture works. Hey. Friends. So this is wild because, like, Rose has never... Like, we've never seen the healing happen Well, Rose has, but, like, not from, like, inside of Lissa.
Yeah,
so
right.
this was wild to see. And apparently young Victor, can fucking get it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently he's hot as fuck.
Yeah, apparently young Victor is hot. But it does make Lissa pass out naturally once she's done doing her first heal.
The car eventually makes it. They're there.
Yeah, which is good. That's
Thank
good.
God. Dimitri's like, Rose, stay the fuck inside. We will handle it. We got
Because you're
beefy boys.
in a dress and heels, and also
Right.
you're exhausted. So.
And also you can't. So just stay here. It's okay. We got this.
He does continue to call her Rose in Russian, though.
Yeah, Rosa. Very sexily. And then we find out.
So she sleeps.
And then she sleeps.
She's like, I'm gonna just chill. But she can't fall asleep
Right,
because she's worried.
yeah, and she's like, my girl, my babe, my bond babe.
My bond babe?
I have to see this through.
Right.
Something inside of me.
The difficult part, though, is since she can't sleep, but she can't really stay awake, is she is, of course, surprised when there's another person in the car.
Uh-oh, we got a stowaway. Mr. Ozera's
This whole
here,
fucking
baby.
time.
Yeah, I honestly appreciate the move. Absolutely. Just being like, hey.
Hi, I'm Christian. Nobody pays attention to me anyway, so I will absolutely sneak into this car.
Yeah.
Hi, hello.
It's me, your boy.
It's your boy, Christian. And of course, because the fact that all of the Guardians are going into the house one way, just like sounds the fucking lambs. They're going in one way. Liz is going out the back another way.
Yeah,
so...
she literally like compulses the dude, Kenneth, or one of the dudes. Kenneth. She compulses Kenneth, and it's like, you're not gonna tell anyone about this. And she just like opens up the fucking window. Rose sees it from the car of her just like going out, and they're like, oh man, we gotta help her. We gotta go.
Yeah. And so Christian or Rose is like, well, I gotta go after her. And Christian just like pouts and is like, fuck, okay, fuck. Like, obviously.
Okay, Christian. Yeah, I know you want to be part of this. I know you want to be included, Christian. Let's go. Let's get our
And that's where it leaves us off at. So next week, chapters 23 and 24, Christian and Rose in a sweatshirt, heels, and a dress are going after Lissa.
Hell yeah. Hopefully nothing goes wrong.
Fucking hottie with a body, young Prince Victor.
Yeah. Young, powerful, hot Victor.
Yeah. Who has a fucking vendetta against his family. So, anyways, we have some amazing patrons to thank.
Yeah,
Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Katie Black.
Pew!
Ooh.
Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Bow, bow, bow. Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Ooh, yeah. Shout out Mickey Meyer.
Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Thank you to Mulch. Gray. Mulch.
Thank you to our unofficial intern, Taylor Brown. Town Lautner.
Thank you to Danae Swan.
Wow. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
O'Shea.
Ooh.
Thank you to Rachel Seeker.
Ow. Yeah. Shout out Ashley Dragomir.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Alexandra Ozera.
Thank you to Aaron Weber.
Ooh. Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Facinelli. Thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh. Thank you to my mom, your mom, our mom, Kelly Beck.
Mom. Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh. Thank you to India Peach.
Thank you to Lara 40.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And last, but certainly not least, thank you to Abby Penn. I have a fan fiction for you this week. It was sent in by our unofficial intern, Taylor Browntown Lautner.
Thank you for your service, Taylor.
Thank you for your service.
Braver and stronger than all the troops.
Truly. This was written by Vision in Blue. It was published on April 30th, 2009, and it was titled Beware of the Worst, the Cullens. The summary of this is, what if Katie, Janice, Damon, and the rest of North Shore went to Forks High, an alternative cafeteria scene? So this is an excerpt from this. Just a little short one.
Hell yeah.
Here. Which brings me to my last stop. Janice zapped back into her tour guide persona. Beware of the worst. The Cullens. The Cullens? Is that like a religion or something? No, it's a group of 5 people, and they're all adopted. With only one exception. They act like they're freaking married or committed for life or something. They also live in the same house, which raises an eyebrow or two, considering the whole committed for life thing. Some find it freaky, some find it cute, and some don't give a rat's ass. By now you should figure out what group I'm in. The tall, blonde one is Rosalie. As Damon would put it, she's the bitch of the living. I don't want to know where that was from. She's with Emmett, the one who has the face that Build-A-Bear pines for to market on their stuffed beasts. The short one is Alice, and she's with Jasper. Yes, Jasper. Always looks like in a Holden Caulfield mood. Holden who? He looks like he's the one in perpetual pain. Then there's the last one, Edward Cullen. The freshman girls and any sophomore, junior, or senior with little to no self-respect vie after him. End scene.
Wow.
It is, this is
much to think about.
There's so much going on here.
Incredible. Thank you, Taylor.
There's a lot going on here, so I appreciate you for sending this over, Taylor. Well, folks, make sure that you are caught up with our chapters for next week.
Shit's getting real.
Shit's getting real. And as usual, as we say in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
And get whipped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.